Hello everybody. Just going to click live over here as well. Alright, looks like we're good. Hello everybody. Nice to see you all. Is my phone in the way? Yes it is. Oh, I have to move that. Ugh. Thanks for coming. So one of my platforms I've been trying to stream to is TikTok as well. But for whatever reason, it's just really, really difficult and it's really annoying. It just doesn't work with my multi-streaming thing. And what I've had to do is, well, I've actually just thought of it just the other day. Actually, no, not even the other day, it's just on the way home. Is to just set it up on my phone. I don't know why I haven't thought of that before. Bit of a no-brainer. It's not like I'm using my phone while I'm doing my YouTube stuff or my multi-streaming. So I've actually got a couple of people on TikTok now. Hello. So if you are on TikTok, most of my interactions are going to be on YouTube and through that. So yeah. Anyway, nice to see everybody. Looks like there's been quite a few comments already. The DevStar is working on a video where they play all the brass parts in the Great Locomotive Chase. Awesome. All right, well, when you finished it, make sure you send us a link so that way we can all go and watch it, because that's really cool. You don't have a tuber though. Yeah, that does make it hard, doesn't it? Well, you could do what I did and just do all of the parts on the one thing. That's an option. These people joining on TikTok, it's on portrait mode, so I can't see my trombone. Maybe if I do that. There we go. Bone says, who are you? So who are you to you? I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing you meant to say hello. You placed 4th in region band as an 8th grader. Awesome, nice work. Very, very cool. So does that mean you get to do something in region band? Like, do you get a chair, or are you like a reserve or something? Don't know. 403 Hard asked if I've heard of Lincolnshire Percy. I have. Despite it being one of those pieces that's very much a big piece or a well-known piece, I haven't actually played it that much. Like, I may have played it once, maybe twice in like the 20 years I've been playing. So I don't know what's up with that, but I don't know. Maybe the directors that I play under are like, you know what, people play this too much and we're not going to do it. I don't know. I think it's a cool piece. I'd love to have a chance to play it again. Scrolling down. Can I play Rolling Thunder by Henry Fillmore? Yeah, maybe. So I'm probably just going to stick to technique again today. I don't know if maybe I'll do a piece at the end there, but yeah, because these lives that I do, these sessions, they're more geared towards me just practicing, really. And then if you have like questions or comments on that, or specific things you want me to work on, then obviously I'll do that. But my main purpose of doing these is just essentially to combine what I do as practice with YouTube. And now that I've got multi-streaming, obviously there's all different platforms and things as well. So yeah, I'll get to what I'm going to do in a sec. Let's see, what else have we got? So Nikki, if you want me to play Rolling Thunder March, maybe just whack it on one of my videos, just comment on one of the videos with that request, so that way I can pick that up and add it to my list. DevStar, did you take a look at the Google Drive I sent you? Oh, I haven't yet, and I did say that I'd look at that on stream. So why don't we do that? So I'll do what I want to do, which is going to be working on some technique related stuff, and then maybe we'll look at that towards the end, unless you've got to go, so let me know. Would you recommend the Benj 165F as a good choice for me? I'm currently looking to upgrade from a straight tenor. I don't know. I shall have a quick look, because I would like to give you good advice, obviously. I don't want to be like, yeah, sure, do that, and it turns out the instrument's absolutely trash. That would not be good, hey. Let's have a quick Google. So we've got the Benj, what was it? 165F. All right, I'll pop it up here so you guys can see it as well. Those on TikTok, you won't be able to see this because this is part of the multi-streaming thing. You can blame TikTok for that. 165F. on the brass exchange. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Oh, so you wanted to go from a straight tenor to something with a trigger. Benj 165F, the large bore, 0.547 tenor trombone, featuring 8.5-inch yellow brass bell, lightweight brass slide. So straight away what that's telling me is it's going to be an instrument that's got quite a bright, responsive sound. So depending on what you do, it might be perfect or it might not be your thing. So again, with like buying instruments, it really depends on the sort of sound that you're after as well. For me personally, I quite like a big, dark, warm sound. That's why with my bass trombone, it's got a lot of big components, you know, quite a thick gauge bell, red brass, all designed to be quite a dark sound. So I have a feeling this one here, the Benj 165F, would be quite bright. So if you're doing like a lot of jazz work or maybe early classical or something, like that would be perfect because it'd be a quite bright sound. Just talks high end, intermediate. Cool. The other thing that stands out to me is that it's, pardon me, I totally lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Oh, yes, I remember now. It's a large bore as well. So if you're playing a straight tenor, you're probably playing on a small bore, I would say, depending on what instrument you have. So essentially what that means is that the trombone itself is bigger, and the bore size refers essentially to the diameter of this part here. And then the mouthpiece shank will likely be larger as well, so it actually fits into the receiver. Having a large bore instead of a small bore allows you to use much more air in the instrument. Small bore instruments, again, like if you're playing a lot of high stuff, if you're playing a lot of jazz, small bore is perfect. It helps with that bright sound as well. And having a large bore does darken the sound a little bit, makes it a bit bigger, a bit broader, a bit warmer, and it's definitely a good option. Again, it depends on what you're doing. So there you go, that's my thoughts on that. I think as an upgrade, I think it's a good option for an upgrade, particularly if you're going from a straight tenor. If you are going from a small bore instrument, you'll find this to be, this will feel different. Your sound will be bigger, warmer, and you'll also find that some higher notes might be a little bit more challenging for you in the beginning until you get a bit more used to it. Just a bit more used to filling the instrument of air, essentially. But cool, yeah, I reckon go for it. That would be a good step up from a student model if that's what you're on at the moment. Who was that? Duck Lord 77. That's an awesome name, by the way. Duck Lord. So good. Ads are not good. I just got one. Yeah, sorry about the ads. Sorry, but not sorry. So the reason I've got ads on there is essentially whenever an ad is shown, I get a little bit of cash from that. And it does help to make doing these lives a bit more equitable for me. I do make sure the frequency isn't high though, so that way you don't get like slammed with ads all the time, because that would kind of suck, and I recognize that as well, obviously. So yeah, I'll make sure it's on the lower setting for that. Okay, and that's pretty much everything. Oh, can you do a full range chromatic scale? Oh, not this again. Oh, really? I'll tell you what, remind me a little bit later after I've done a bit of playing, so that way I can actually have a reasonable go. Because with no warm-up, it's not very nice. But yeah, I'm just going to check this TikTok live thing real quick. I can see there's a lot of movement here, but I don't know. I'm assuming people can comment, and I just got to figure out where that is. And then that way, if anyone's trying to talk to me on here, I can actually respond to them. Oh, there's a list of who's joined. Oh my God, so many. But that's the thing about TikTok, right? Is like so many people just scroll. Let's see. Gift gallery. That sounds fun. Don't know what that does though. Comments. Where are you? Oh, here we go. Comments. Oh no, that's for me to write comments. I don't want to write comments, I can just talk. Why would I write comments when I can just talk? I want to see if anyone's commenting. Doesn't look like they are. Cool. That makes my life a bit easier for me. The feed is crazy. What's this button do? Co-host. Nah, I don't want to do that. What's this button do? Go live with guests. Nope, don't want to do that either. That's share. That's enhance. Voice effects. Oh, that could be fun, but no. Imagine trying to like add a voice effect while you're playing your instrument. What would that sound like? Oh, look, I'm not going to waste any more time with that. All right, so let's do some playing. What I'm going to do to start off with is more pedals, and I know last time was Pedal City as well. For those that did tune in last time, the main reason I was doing that was essentially just improve my pedal range, improve the consistency, and just make it easier to move in and out of that range. And that's particularly important to me at the moment because as a bass trombone player, I need to be effective with my pedals. I need to be able to move in and out of them quite well and as required. And whilst they don't come up all that much, it's good to be good at them anyway. You don't want to be caught in a spot where you just can't do it, because that would kind of suck. There is a solo that I'm doing at the moment, preparing with a group, Queensland Winter Brass, one of the groups I play with regularly, and it's called World Concerto for Bass Trombone. It's written by Stephen Verhelst, and it's such a beautiful piece. It's actually so good. I found though that there's like one spot where it actually goes down to a D, a pedal D, and my pedal Ds aren't very good. So I've been working on my pedal range to try and obviously get better at that. And there's a couple of spots where there's like an F or a G pedal, and obviously want to be good with that, be able to be flexible with that. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to start fairly simple with rhythms. So for those that are playing along, you can just start with me here with these more simple rhythms, and then we're just going to add the difficulty as we go, but just stick to the one note. We're just going to start with pedal B flat, and that is it. And once I've got all the rhythms in there and I'm feeling quite good, I might change the note to an A, and then I might change the note to an A flat, might just go between two notes, stuff like that, and just do that for a bit. Now, for those of you who have tuned in more recently, when by Sight Reading Factory, I've discovered there is an advanced mode, which is really exciting, and you can actually choose specific rhythms based on the time signatures that you're using. And I've figured that with that, over in the time signature section, they've also added in 7/8 and 5/8, unless I've just never seen that before. That's also possible. But I think it's really cool that it's given us the option to customize even further with the different time signatures. I think that's cool. But I'm just going to go standard. And, but then again, does it include the other rhythms if I go standard, or? I think it does. I think so. Yeah, it must do. It must do, because why wouldn't it, right? It would just mean that you'd be able to get rid of some of the more challenging rhythms, like once you start putting in like semiquavers and stuff. You'd be able to exclude some that you don't like. But I'm pretty sure actually that all of these are naturally included anyway. But for example, if I was like, yeah, I don't like that rhythm, I'll just leave that unticked and it wouldn't put it in. We might just stick with standard for today. As I said, we're going to keep it nice and simple for now. Just the big ones. And for those of you watching on TikTok, you won't be able to see any of this, but you'll be able to hear me play. And it probably won't sound as good because on my multi-streaming thing, I'm using a really good microphone, but I can't do that with TikTok. I've just got my phone microphone, so it's probably going to sound a bit garbage. Just a heads up. Let's have syncopated, let's have ties where applicable. Pitch-wise, obviously just the pedal B flat. Happy days. I'll find accidentals as well. I'm just going to go random time signature. I haven't done that previously. It's always just been in 4/4. So this will be a bit more fun, assuming that I don't break it. Okay. I will get to that chromatic scale though. Who asked for that? That was Nikki. So yeah, I'll get to that a bit later. To say, I'm not saying that you're doing something wrong, it's good that you're making money. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It doesn't end up being much. So, for example, the last live that I did, you would remember that Mike the Bike had sent in a donation, and so did AI Untitled 770. So those two donations combined with just ads stuff, I've made like $6. Whoop. So I think I was on for about 3 hours or something. So in 3 hours, I managed to make $6. What's that? That's like $2 an hour. So it's not a lot. It's really not a lot, but it is better than nothing. And yeah, I know it's annoying. Maybe you should just get YouTube Premium. Then there's no more ads. Have you had a listen to that contrabass trombone part? That sounds like a ship horn in Junk Wagon. No, I haven't heard of that. But contrabass trombone's epic. I wish I had one. Nikki says, what advice do you got for someone who wants to play French horn but also plays alto sax and barry sax? My advice is just do it. I know, super helpful, right? Yeah, look, the embouchure is a little bit different, but it's like anything that you do. It's like anything you do. It's just learning how you do it. You have to think about it for a while, and then your brain takes over and then deals with that for you, so you don't have to do too much. I would just do it. Just give it a crack. If you're at school, go and ask your band director, see if they've got a spare one. Just say, hey, do you mind if I take the time and give this a crack? But that's pretty much all the advice I have for now, unless there was something specific you were after. Oh yeah, totally. French horn is really annoying as you go up because all the partials are really, really close super early. So if you get a horn that's a double horn, I would recommend sticking to the B flat side at first because that gives you the same intervals as a trumpet. And it's a bit easier to place the notes, whereas on the F side, everything's a lot closer together quite early, and it just means that it's a lot harder. Holy Rich, yeah, totally. Have you played Neuro Trombone Champ? No, I haven't actually. I haven't played Trombone Champ in ages now. It's been quite a while. It's been quite a while. It's such a fun game though, but yeah, I should play it again. All right, let's get into some playing, hey? Tempo 85. Why is it 85? That seems weird. Might just go 80. That's what I normally have it on. Okay, well, let's do it. And all these random people scrolling through TikTok might actually stop and listen to some pedal notes on a bass trombone. All right, here we go. Who doesn't love a pedal B flat? I forgot to add extra bars. I was like, why is it so short? It's like 8 bars. So funny. One of the things I forgot to mention about my goals here is I'm wanting to try and get to a point where my tonguing is super consistent as well. And when I say super consistent, I mean consistent alongside my other notes. So for example, when I play a B flat in the staff, versus a pedal B flat, I want the tonguing to be as similar as possible. I mean, there's always going to be differences, but if I can get it as close as possible, it means just coming in and out of that range just makes it a lot easier. Okay, here we go. Let me know if that's too loud, by the way. I think it's actually okay. I had a quick look over at the levels and it seemed to be okay. So that's nice. What was I going to say? Oh yes, I realised there's actually an opportunity here to work on some tuning as well. Not sure why I didn't think of that before. No, it's right click, isn't it? Yep, there we go. All right, now I need to make that a bit shorter. There we go. So again, for those that are currently viewing on TikTok, you won't see this. But just to give you a bit of an idea of what I'm doing, I've got an app called Tonal Energy Tuner, or TE Tuner for short. And it's a fantastic tuner. Lots and lots of functions. And what's my favorite, well, I've got two favorites. My first favorite is the analysis tab, where it actually draws the pitch that you're playing, so you can see as it goes. And the other function is it has a bit of a soundboard there, where you can actually set up tuning drones, or drones of any notes. So you can practice playing in chords. For example, if you wanted to practice just your major triads, you could set one up to go off at the tonic and the fifth, and then you could place the third in that chord. And it just gives you an opportunity to work out where all of those notes sit for you. Additionally, it also allows you, and has a function where it can actually play scales and things alongside with you, which I think is amazing. So you can just literally play along and listen to your intonation as you go. All right, let's see how we go with comments. No, not a trumpet. Euphonium is most similar. Old DevStar. They're actually the same. So the partials from, if we're talking trumpet, C under the staff through to C in the staff is identical to the partials on euphonium, B flat in the staff to B flat just above the staff. The intervals are exactly the same. Everyone in my school band says that French horn is a cool kid, instead T. I'm assuming that you mean French horn kids are cool? Yeah, totally. French horn kids are really cool. And it's a hard instrument, so, you know, there's that. No instrument makes you a cool kid. That's true. You could have like the worst kid on an instrument. Doesn't matter what the instrument is. They could be the worst person in the world. Learn the national emblem march for fun earlier. Tuba and bass drum part. Nice. Nice one, John. That's fun, isn't it? It's good to do that sort of stuff. Especially if you're doing things that are not under copyright as well. So you can access all of the parts really, really easily. Devster says, I posted a link to the Great Locomotive Chase video I posted. Not done yet though. Cool. All right. Well, where did you post it? Actually, I don't know if this lets you post things. Oh, I just realized I haven't been looking at the multi-stream chat. I've just been looking at the YouTube chat. Oopsie daisy. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone there. Oh, they're in chat. Okay, well, I'll try and find it at some point and I'll check it out. Different octaves though. Yes, that is true. They are of course different octaves, yeah. All right, let's keep going. Now I've got my tuner up. Let's see how bad my pedal B flats are. And this is important because I find that as I'm trying to get my tonguing to align with, like say, the octave above, and try and get my setup to be as similar as possible, the pitch tends to go quite sharp, and it means that I've got to focus a lot more on my air, slowing my air down to get the correct pitch tuning for that note. Okay, well, let's do it. Just do this, you know. A big up, 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 up. There we go. There we go, and don't have to constantly change and click different stuff. Oh, I didn't think of that before. All right, here we go. Yeah, so those of you who can see the tuner can see that, oh no, I forgot to pause it. No, lost it all. I wish it had a little slider where I could literally just... Is it a keyboard binding? No. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to go back and see it properly. It's annoying that it doesn't. But anyway, if you were watching this bit, you would have noticed that some of my notes, like they just tend to be a bit sharp. They tend to start sharp as opposed to being bang on. And I'm finding that I have to really focus on getting my air down. It's quite annoying. So my tendency is to play that note sharp. But again, if I'm lining it up closer to being where my normal notes sit, that flexibility is just going to be so much easier. So at the moment, I feel like a lot of my changing between the octaves, there's a lot of movement here. I'll show you what I mean real quick. I'll move a bit closer so you can see better. I'll try and go faster. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of movement there, particularly in my jaw to get those notes. So to get each of the B flats to speak at that speed. So yeah, what I'm working on is trying to obviously remove as much of the movement as I can, so that way when I do want to do those changes, I can do them effectively. Because that will affect how it goes with all of the other notes down there as well. And of course, as you get lower, it becomes a bit harder as well. Trombone percussionist, I don't know what that word means. I could translate it, I guess. I missed it. I can only assume that you're talking about the euphonium thing from last time. But the video's live, so you can go onto my channel into the live playlist and it'll be sitting there. You just got to scroll towards the end to find it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. I might add some more rhythm in though, because as much as like long tones are good for you, I also need to just like practice rhythm as well on this note. Again, just being super consistent. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so those who are watching the tuner probably realised what I was doing just now. Obviously not everybody's watching on the multi-stream, and some people are on TikTok who can't actually see the tuner, so that sucks for you guys. So just so I'm clear, I was adjusting everything a lot stronger here because I realised that I was actually not engaging my embouchure as much as I probably should have been, and trying to slow down the air a fair bit to get it in tune, but I feel like I'm having to adjust that quite a lot. And I sort of thought, well, what if the instrument's just really sharp? So that's when I moved up to the next B flat above, and that was all sharp as well. Okay. Then I went up to the B flat above that, and that was all sharp as well. And that's why I stopped and adjusted my tuning slide to bring all of those a bit closer to being properly in tune. So that way, when I'm doing this work on the pedal B flat, I can make sure I'm being a bit more consistent and accurate with what I'm doing, and making sure that that's all sitting as it should. All right, DevStar says the video on my channel is public. Okay, I will definitely go and check it out. Oh, hello, Mike the Bike, welcome back. I'm back but very exhausted from yesterday as it was the Area G marching contest in Mercedes, Texas. Cool. Hope that went well. Looks like you do talk about it a bit more. DevStar says they've got Sleigh Ride in school band. Nice, Sleigh Ride is so good. It slays. Not apologising for that. Mark the Bike, PSGA North, made it to finals, got second place, advanced to the San Antonio State Marching contest in the Alama Dome. I have no idea what that is. I cried because there was only 2 spots left to advance. Back to back. Oh, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Now, I don't know these things because I'm not American and I'm not in those circles. I'm assuming that's pretty good and that's quite a big deal. So congratulations, that's great. That's really, really awesome. And finals is always fun, doesn't matter what you're doing. You get to the finals, that's got to feel good. And back to back as well, no less. That's awesome. Getting my state-bound shirt and hoodie soon. Nice, nice. Hope so too. That would be cool. It'd be cool if you guys could do that. Okay, now that tuning's good, let's see what it looks like now. Hopefully better. This is hard. It's hard because you'd notice that my tone's probably changing a lot, and a lot of that's because I'm trying slightly different setups, doing some micro adjustments to try and just make it feel a bit easier, feel more natural, making sure that it's aligning with what I'm doing tuning wise as well, making sure it feels nice. And that's all part of practice. Like, doing a lot of these micro adjustments so that you can try and find the most efficient way, the most optimum way you can get these notes to speak with the best sound, with the best tuning, the best articulation, and just having it feel easy. If you get to the point where things are feeling easy and really locking that in and reinforcing that, spending the time day in, day out if possible, or as often as you can, just reinforcing these new habits, then eventually your brain just takes over, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. Your brain just does it. That's the goal. That's definitely a good thing to do. These guys are still talking about marching stuff. The Aloma Dome is like a stadium where football games, DCI marching contests are held, or major events, and it's at San Antonio. Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know that. As I say, I've got no idea. But that's really cool. That must be such a good feeling. And there's probably a big crowd too, right? There's probably a heap of people watching these things. That would be such a fun experience. Such a fun experience. Okay, I'm going to add some more rhythms in. Quavers and dotted quavers. Or if you're American, eighth notes and dotted eighth notes. Should just love my awesome American accent. All right, here we go. Yeah, I was really happy with that. Really happy with that. I couldn't glance too much at my tuner. I had a couple of little looks and looked like most of those notes were bang on, which was really good. And everything felt really, really nice. And on top of that, the waveform was showing me that they were all basically the same shape as well, which is awesome. And that's absolutely my goal, is to make sure that everything is as consistent as possible and not trashy. Really, really pleased about that. So I'm gonna keep going with that. I just thought I would share that. And again, for those on TikTok who are watching or scrolling by, you obviously can't see the sight reading app and you can't see the tuning app. So yeah, go watch on YouTube or something. Okay. Devstar, doubt he knows what the Super Bowl is. Oh, I don't know. I've heard of the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure it's some rugby thing, isn't it? Or you guys call it football because that's like your main football, right? It's not rugby league or union or something. Super Bowl, some like big game. I don't know who plays in it. Maybe there's like specific people that play in the Super Bowl. I don't know. Close enough. Yes, nailed it. Well, mostly nailed it. Mike the Bike. Hey, T-Burn, I have $5. Let me give them. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. Really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. It just, yeah, as I've said before, it's really nice to have some donations, and it does help make this more worth it for me. And just, yeah, it gets me closer to some goals, which is awesome as well. So thank you so much. All right, let's get going. Yeah, super pleased about that. I realised the screen that I'm reading the music off is off to the side slightly, and it's cutting off some of the bar. And whilst I didn't miss any notes, I thought I did because my brain was in a different time signature for that particular bar. So I'm just going to move that across. That way when that does happen, I don't miss anything. Happy days. Yay. Should I send the entire script of Shrek in chat? Why not? That's going to be absolutely hilarious. I wonder if there's a character count in the chat actually. If there's like a certain number of characters you can actually use. I got Slam Streamlabs working. I did. Was it not working? John, I'm confused. I remember there was one point where there was a bit of an issue, but I don't know. Maybe was that 2 streams ago where it had some like laggy issues? I can't remember. Let's see. I forgot rugby is football, which is by a different name outside the US. Yeah. So it is rugby. Yeah, cool. $1.99 from Mike the Bike. It's $5.40 for the $5 donation, only a $5.19. Oh, that's okay. Like, don't feel sad about that. Like, honestly, I'm super appreciative of literally anything. So thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. It's interesting that you have to end up spending more for the... I think YouTube takes a little bit of a cut, so maybe that's what that is. Maybe you spend $5.40 and then, I don't know, maybe 40 cents goes to YouTube and I get 5, or I get, maybe it offsets the thing a little bit. I don't actually know. But thank you. No, honestly, thank you. It's really nice of you to do that. I appreciate it. Yeah, and taxes suck, especially those tariff things I'm hearing about in the news that Donald Trump is doing. What an idiot. People born before the 2000s were able to fill 3 carts of groceries with just $100 bill and have food for months. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but you're right. Like, I remember, I'm a 90s kid, so I was born in 1990. And I remember as a kid, after school, I would get like, I'd have $1. My parents would give me $1 and I could spend that at the deli. A deli, I don't know if it's called something different in America, but in Delhi, it's like a little corner store where you can buy like lollies and all that random sort of stuff. I remember I used to like take in that $1 and just come out with like a handful of lollies, like so much stuff. But these days, $1, you probably couldn't get one thing. Like you'd be struggling to get one lolly, let alone like a handful. It's so different now. And everything's so much more expensive. It's ridiculous. I always found it, I can break it up. Oh, he's posting it a little bit at a time. Just saying that because last stream I was on, you were talking about how interesting it was. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to commit and actually post the entire Shrek script. Toilet flush. So we get brackets for the sound effects. The highest room of the tallest tower for her true love and her true love's first kiss. Like that's ever gonna happen. What a load of toilet flush. All Star by Smash Mouth begins to play. Shrek goes about his day. Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. Oh my God. All right, let's keep going. I might add some triplets in now, actually. Because since we've got the quavers in, we should really have not quavers, sorry, eighth notes. Sorry, Americans. We should have the half note and the quarter note triplets in there as well, at the very least. Okay, let's go on and do some more. Still on B flat though. I'll probably do B flat until I get to like all of the rhythms, and then I'll start moving across. Oh, he's done. Oh, I thought you were going to do the entire thing. Yeah, I was wondering how long you were actually going to commit to that. All right, there we go. I'm actually really pleased with how well I'm doing with my tuning on this. There's a fair bit of consistency. Like there's still a lot of movement, and a lot of that's really got to come down to probably embouchure and probably air as well. Like air is 90% of the answers, by the way. If you're ever having a problem with your playing, it's probably your air. So think about your air first, and then think about everything else after that. So yeah, embouchure for me, when it comes to pedals, has been quite different in the history of all of my playing. And I think that's really stemmed from having to, well, not having to, but choosing to just do whatever to get the note. And I made that choice by not really thinking about what I'm doing specifically and what contributes to having a good embouchure and a consistent note. I've just been getting it, right? And then as I've been progressing through, and then I started doing it as part of my degree, because I made a switch to bass trombone while I was at uni. There's a lot of pressure on bass trombonists to be able to play pedals and to be able to play low pedals. And I find, for me personally, that's not something I'm really good at. And that, I suppose, there's a bit of shame there. So I was just kind of just doing whatever I could just to try and get those notes out. Not really focusing on making them consistent, being able to move in and out of them easily. It was just about trying to do them. And that was a bit of a failing for me, and it's only really recently actually that I've been really focusing on my pedal range and trying to get it to sound good and feel good within my existing range, and trying to focus less on extending the range. My theory behind it is that if I can get my existing pedal range with a good embouchure, with good air and super consistent, especially with all this rhythmic stuff, that means that as I go to extend the range, the setup's already there. All of the good work and the good habits are already there. The mindset of these are just more notes that I just do this on. Like, they're not pedal notes and require their own special thing. They're just notes. That mindset, I think, is particularly important. And then as I go through, it just gets better and better. And as I try to add more range, I'm then adding it with consistent and correct technique instead of focusing on just trying to get it. That's my theory anyway. It seems to be working. It seems to be working. Like, eventually it's getting better and better and better as I go by. And I think it comes down to this sort of work, which is really nice. I might add some more variety in there though. I'm going to start adding some semiquavers or 16th notes if you're American. And once I've done a little bit of that, I'll start going to A and then A flat and start moving through the range a bit. Oh man, it's been like nearly an hour already. What? You know, I went in today with like, you know what, I'm just going to go a quick hour and then I'll go and do some other stuff. I'm about to hit an hour and I'm nowhere near where I want to be with my practice. That's so funny. Always happens though. And the regular viewers know that always happens. It's a bit of a laugh. It'll probably be a meme at some point. If anyone creates a meme of me, I'm not going to be upset by that. All right, well, let's do it. Let's add some 16th notes. This is going pretty well, I think. I am very pleased, very pleased. Oh, and folks, if you're listening, I'm assuming everybody who's here is probably listening in some capacity. When you're practicing, and I think it's really important to share this, it is super important that you recognize the positives as well as the negatives and the things to improve. So often as musicians, we're just focusing on the negative stuff, and that is it. We're like, oh, that was terrible. My tone is bad. That wasn't clear. Blah, blah, blah. And it's important to obviously go through that process and think about the things that didn't go well. But the thing is, especially with all the neuroscience research coming out now, everything that you do, everything you think about reinforces the pathing in your brains. And if you're constantly thinking about the negative stuff, you're reinforcing the fact that, yeah, this stuff's not going well and I need to fix it. But you're also reinforcing a negative mindset, and you're reinforcing negative self-talk as well. And then eventually that turns into not giving yourself permission to be happy with the way that you're playing, to be happy with the way that you sounded. And even if you did do something really, really well, your instincts are telling you, because of the way you've wired your brain, what went wrong? What went wrong? What was bad? What was bad? What can I talk about that was bad? I can't accept that it was good. I can't accept when somebody says to me, oh, that sounded really good. Oh no, this was wrong, that was bad. And it's such a damaging mindset to have. So it is super important to recognize the good stuff as well. And start simple. And we are rewiring the brain, creating these new connections with this stuff as well. So it may seem a bit stupid and a bit silly. It does work. Have you ever heard the saying, fake it till you make it? It's exactly that. The whole fake it till you make it thing. As soon as you start faking the thing, you start creating those neural pathways in your brain. And every time you do that thing, you're reinforcing the strength of this little thing called myelin, which wraps around that neural pathway, which allows the information to travel faster. And the way I like to explain this to people, without getting too technical or intense with the neuroscience-y stuff, is to think about roads. So think about every time that you're learning a new skill, or for any skills or anything that you do, any habits that you have, there are roads for every single one of those. And every time you do an action or think a certain way, you're maintaining or fixing up the road that is associated with that. Take practice, for example. So if you're somebody who only practices once a week, let's say you're practicing, how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, right? So you're working on Mary Had a Little Lamb and it didn't go so well. You're like, okay, whatever. Or maybe you just got a little bit better. And then you don't touch your instrument for an entire week. What do you think happens to the road that is dedicated to Mary Had a Little Lamb? Or the road that is dedicated to your tone, or the way you're breathing, or the way you're tonguing? It starts to deteriorate. It starts to get potholes. And when that starts to happen, the car that is trying to get down that road with this information, it can't go as fast, it goes slower. And it makes you less efficient, less effective, more prone to mistakes. But if you're the sort of person who practices every day, and you've picked a thing that you want to get better at, and you do that every day, you're reinforcing that road, you're making it stronger and better, meaning that your car can go down faster. And when that happens, once you hit a certain speed, your brain, it just takes over and it becomes habit. It becomes something that you don't have to think about. So if you're a trombone player that's watching, for instance, if you think about the slide, where do you put this? And in the beginning, those of you that are trombone players, when you first started, you'd remember that, first position's all the way in. Third position is in line with the bell. Fourth position is when that's in line with the bell or just after. And second position is in between first and where third is. And you get all of these little bits that you can sort of use to help you find where those positions are. And in the beginning, that's what you did, right? So you're like, okay, so I've got a B flat, that's in first. And then, hang on. Sorry, TikTok's being stupid. I had to drag a puzzle piece in place. There you go. Apparently I was being inactive. Who would have thought that? Yeah, anyway, so you're looking at these positions and you're like, okay, oh, that's a D, okay, that's there, C, oh, that's there. And you're constantly shifting your eyes from the music to your slide so you can try and see if you're putting the slide in the right spot. Which isn't great for your literacy, right? Because with literacy, you need to be looking at the music. And what I like to tell to my students is that you pretend you have laser eyes and then you're like burning a little hole inside each of the notes as you're going through them. Yeah, kids get a bit of a kick out of that. They think it's quite funny. So what you can do is, what happens after a while when you're concentrating on your slide and you think, okay, that's first, that's in third, that's fourth, that's sixth, and you're sort of working on that like that, and you're having to actively think about it all the time. But eventually, as you practice this, as you get better at it, your brain starts to go, I know where that is. I know what that feels like. And then you find yourself not having to look from the music to your slide as much, because your brain is starting to take over that process. It's starting to take over, I know where that is. I don't need to look at this anymore because my arm knows where it is. I know where that sits. I know what that feels like. Until eventually, your brain is taken over completely and you never have to think about it. And it's the same, again, when you're associating notes as well. So if you're looking at your music and you see an E flat there, you go, okay, that's an E flat. That's in third position, which is there. Great. And then the next note's a D. Like, okay, that's a D. That's in fourth position, which is there. And the next note might be a B flat. Okay, that's in first position and that's there. And that is the process that you're going through when you're trying to learn how to play this thing. Until eventually, as I said before, your brain takes over. It builds that road strong enough that the information goes so fast, the brain takes over. And then you see an E flat, bam, there it is. You don't even have to think about it. Your brain just does it. And you can apply that to pretty much anything that you do. Literally anything that you do. It's the same process. It's the same thing. So for example, I challenge you to brush your teeth with the opposite hand tonight. So before you go to bed, when you're brushing your teeth, do it with the opposite hand. And you're going to be like, huh? And just notice how awkward that feels. It's going to feel really, really weird. But if you wanted to do an experiment and that's what you wanted to try brushing your teeth from now on with the opposite hand, and notice that over time, it'll get easier. Over time, you'll have to think less about it. You won't actively have to concentrate on where you're shifting the brush to or how you hold it or the angle that you hold it. Because eventually your brain will just take over and just do it. And then you'll switch back to your other hand and go, oh, this feels a bit weird. I know this because I've done this. I have tried this before as an experiment for this, as I was learning all of this. It was really interesting. And if you're a teacher like me, it does give you really good insight into your students' minds and how they're going when they're learning their instruments. And then when you do things like, for example, you're looking at the clarinets or the flutes. Flutes are probably a better example because they got some weird changes sometimes. You're looking at the flutes and you'll notice that they really struggle moving, say, for example, from an E flat to an F, which there's a lot of difference in what they do with their fingers. You can understand that that's actually really, really hard. And that their brain is trying to do a lot of different things at once, and they're having to actively think, okay, I've got to lift these fingers up while leaving those fingers down, and I've got to blow a certain way, and I'm looking at the music, and that's that note. There's a lot of steps there. So you sort of realize that, it's probably good to be patient and just a bit more understanding of what they're actually going through. And particularly if you've got students who have developmental issues, who might be a little bit behind. So for example, in their gross and fine motor skills, perhaps they're a bit behind their peers. And what that means is that it takes them even longer to engage these processes and to develop these roads. And if they've got a literacy, if they're delayed with their literacy, if they've got problems there, it just adds another layer of complication as well. So those students, they're going to take a lot longer to get to these points compared to everybody else, because they're, not only is there so many steps and so much active thought that goes into, that's what the note looks like, it needs to be here, this is what it feels like, this is what it sounds like. So all of those different processes, plus already being disadvantaged by having delayed development as well. So it's, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to take a moment to talk about that, because I think that's something that's important, and I think that not a lot of people think about that stuff or are exposed or even aware of that stuff. So yeah, anyway, I might get back to doing some playing, but I should probably check comments, because I just realised that I haven't looked at any TikTok comments in ages. Yeah, I might just have a quick look. So I'm going to get a bit closer. Uh-oh. Let's have a look here. Oh, somebody sent me a gift. Who's that? How do I bring that up? Invitation sent. No, I didn't want to invite things, because that's going to make things weird. I don't know. This is the first time I've done one on TikTok, so I don't know how any of this stuff works. Yeah, don't know. Go away. There we go. So yeah, because it's like it's got a comments feed, much like on the other bits, but it's showing me all of these people who join. Oh, there's somebody who liked stuff. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for the likes. Oh yeah, so many join this, join that, host, invites so-and-so to co-host. Yeah, it just really, really floods the feed. And AI does stuff. AI, streaming, practice notes, and mindset focus. Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. Rat pack. Oh, yeah, someone shared it. Nice. Bat duck. Oh, I think I know who that is. That'd be Brad. Hello. It's been so long. Hope you're doing well, mate. It's good to see you. Oh, what's that? No, so, hey. I might disconnect you. Sorry, I actually pressed it by accident. Yeah, you too, man. What are you up to just before you disappear? What do you do with yourself these days? Nice, I remember you were doing that for a while. You enjoying the security stuff? Yeah, that would really, really suck. Sorry to all my YouTube people. No, I appreciate that. No, thanks so much, man. It's good to hear you, good to see you. The funny thing about the TikTok thing is I've actually multi-stream all my live stream. So I've got it goes to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, but I can't get it to work on TikTok because TikTok's a bit weird and they're trying to push their own platform. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I thought I'll try and do that on my phone and keep everything as I'm going. So that's been interesting. So all of my other viewers are kind of like, what's going on? They can only hear one side of the conversation. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. It's good to hear you're doing well. All right, I'll catch you later. You too, mate. Thanks so much. Cool. So good to hear from Brad. We actually used to work together. There was a place called Warner's Transport back in WA. My uncle, I suppose you call him uncle-in-law, I guess. It's not related. The other uncle. Yeah, he helped me get a job there. So that was just doing lots of forklifting. And we used to have the best time. It was so good. We used to have these little competitions because we used to have to unload these big shipping containers full of like flour, baker's flour, ingredients and things like that. And the containers sometimes were quite long. So we would we have the ramp there, and we would sometimes have little competitions to see who could get the most airtime in the forklifts going into the containers. It was really, really stupid and very, very dangerous. It's a miracle no one actually got hurt. But it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. So yeah, it's good to hear from him. All right. Meanwhile, my YouTube chat's been going off. What's going on over here? It's talking about who plays what. It's nice. I like it when you guys talk to each other. It's really nice. Ooh, yeah. So TikTokers, the chat at the moment is about what's the easiest instrument. I've definitely got some views, and I think it depends on where you're at in your development as well. So from the beginner stage, there's definitely some instruments that I think are easier than others. But then as you've gone past your first year of playing or second year of playing, that can shift because different things start to get more challenging compared to other instruments. For instance, classic example is clarinet. So as a beginner, learning the first 5 or 6 notes with clarinet's quite easy, and it follows a very easy sequence, right? But then as soon as you introduce the break, that gets super challenging. Super challenging. So that's interesting. Anyway, everyone's got their opinions, of course. All right, let's do some more playing. I think it's time I introduced another note. Now, do I want to go just to an A or to an B flat and A? Why don't we go B flat and A? Let's start going 2 different notes. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. My bad. Yes, the audio did cut out because I muted the speaking mic and I clicked to turn on the instrument mic, but turns out I wasn't very successful and I was just 100% muted. TikTok has got that one. There you go. The TikTokers have got an advantage on you guys for that one little bit. After that, you should listen to The Great Locomotive Chase. Please, that's a third of the reason I'm here. Oh, okay. Oh, are you talking about the one that you did? Right. So, I'll tell you what, I will do that. I'll check though, a little bit later, but I will do it. Pretty much the only reason though is because you're a regular. So, for example, with Mike the Bike, he got some donations in there, which was super, super nice of him. And I thought, well, seeing as you've done that, and I love donations, I'm really appreciative of that. I thought, well, yeah, we'll watch his thing together because of that. But I'll we'll watch yours as well, simply because, as I say, you're a regular and you've been around for ages. Isn't that nice? Yay, go team. So we'll do some more playing first, and then we'll do that after that, hey? So I'm just gonna have a quick look at something before we dive into that. Yeah, you guys can't see any of that. What happens if I click that? Does anything happen? No, it just sits there. Cool. All right, sweet. All right, let's do some more playing. Let's see. Yes, that one. What about the song I sent in Google Drive? That's another third. Yeah, I did say I'd do it, so I will definitely do it, don't worry. And the last third and the rest is that you're my favourite YouTuber and I haven't watched a stream in a while. Oh, well, thank you. That's really nice of you to say that. I appreciate that. Alrighty, let's do some more playing. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely challenging. All right. Now, I actually realized I've watched some of bits of the lives occasionally just to see, how is it coming across? Is it everything synced up? Is everything working as it should be? And I noticed that for whatever reason, the Sight Reading Factory and my audio always seems to be delayed by a bit. I don't know why. I don't know if that's the case during the live portion or whether that's just what happens when it's as a recording. I have no idea. I don't know if there's a setting I can change that fixes that. I'll have to look into that if that's the case. So if that's something you've noticed while you're watching live, please let me know, because that would be good to know. Okay, moving on. Yeah, that was only the one note for some reason. Oh, I know why, because they're A sharps. And whilst A natural's in the range, that would have meant it would have needed to do accidentals, but for some reason it just doesn't do accidentals all that much. Don't know why. Anywho, let's keep going. was particularly challenging. I don't think I was quite right. I find it hard to find the cursor sometimes. I think maybe I'm focusing too much on what the cursor's doing and not enough on what I'm supposed to be doing. What was I doing? Adding another note. That's what I was doing. Let's go one semitone for now. We'll just go down, no, not G flat. We'll just go down to A flat. So B flats through A flats now. Again, just to change it up a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting, not only for you guys, but for me as well. Are you being sarcastic, Devstar? Riveting content. Oh look, I think it's pretty good. I mean, there's plenty of interest in the rhythm. At least there's a bit of variety there. There's some notes in there now. I'll add some more in a sec. Oh, where's my mouse gone? There we go. All right. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, possibly for look, at the end of the day, this is me practicing. That's all this is. And I'm inviting you to have a sneak peek of my practice once a week. There you go. I'll get there, don't worry. I want to get to the point where I'm doing pedal amps, and then I'll just add all of the range and go crazy for a bit, and then we'll do it. So maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. But if you were to throw some cash my way, it might happen sooner. Now I'm being sarcastic. All right, so let's add some G's now. Let's go B flats through G's with accidentals. All right, let's see how we go. Yeah, that kind of sucked. Hey, that was not very good. It's hard, I think, because I'm extending the range into the range where I'm not as consistent with my setup. So for those of you that can see the tuner on the screen, yeah, it wasn't a good example of what good intonation is. Look, it's all right. We're all learning, aren't we? We're all learning. We're all getting better. We're trying to. All right. Oh, Dev Star, you are a fountain of joy and whimsy, the most serious trombone player. Thank you. Oh, look, I like to have a bit of fun. All right, let's get going. But be nice, because this is hard and it's getting a bit terrible. Damn it. So hard. So hard. It's starting to get better. It's starting to get better, more consistent. And I think that really factors in just the whole warming up thing. Just getting a bit more warmed up, getting a bit more used to what that. Actually, I'll do it this way. No, you stay down there. Up you go. There we go. Yeah, so it's more about just trying to keep it as consistent as possible, which is hard to do, but as I'm warming up, it's becoming slightly easier, so that's nice. Oh, hello to that person whose name is Kyckrox. I don't know how I'd pronounce that if I was to say that as like a word. Is it like Kyckrox? Kyckrox? Or Kyckrox? Kyckrox? Something like that, yeah. New viewer that's commenting, yeah. Very true, very true. Hello, hope you are doing well. What instrument do you play? Tell me, I want to know. All right, well, let's keep going. That was the most insane thing I've ever played. That was stupidly hard. I probably got half of those wrong as well. Because I'm like, there's so many ledger lines trying to work them out. Ah! Anyway. Alright, let's add the next one in. Why not? Have some normal Fs. It's too hard. I can't do it. No. Oh, too hard. All right, that was really hard. Well, that last one wasn't too bad, but everything else has been so hard. Now will I listen? Oh, it's been 10 minutes, man. Come on. Pretty pleased with a cherry on top. All right, well, since you put a cherry on it, fine. Let's do it. Let's have a listen. Unfortunately, the TikTok viewers won't be able to listen, but oh well. Maybe they should get on a better platform. I joke, I kid. TikTok's fine. All right, so it's on your channel, your YouTube channel. And it was the Great Locomotive, wasn't it? Just gotta find your channel now. That was the second R. The dev start, there you are. Okay, I'm assuming it's the one called U for One. Suppose I should put my headphones on so I can actually hear it. All right, let's pop that up there so everyone can see what's going on. Except the TikTokers, you can't see what's going on. Sucks to be you. It's called U for One. Okay, it is. Okay, desktop audio on. All right, let's have a watch. Oh wait, probably help if I put my headphones on, hey? Oh no, it's on. Why can't I hear anything? Why can't I hear anything? Can you guys hear stuff? Oh, what's my thing doing? Oh my god. Oh, sorry, my thing that I've got my headset plugged into, it's got a bit of a temperamental cord. So it's not. Forgot to sort that out because that started playing up last night for me, and I was like, no, I want to go to bed. I'll sort it out tomorrow, and tomorrow's here, and I didn't sort it out. So you guys can hear it. So it's literally just me. Lights aren't turning on. Why aren't the lights turning on? Yep, still can't hear it. Jeez, this thing's not broken now, is it? That would be a real shame. Oh, I will, don't worry. Yeah, I will. Once this thing's working as it should, then I will definitely restart, don't worry. What's going on? It's very calm but still good. Ah, there we go, we're back. Awesome. All right, so let's go back to the start. Here we go. Don't worry, the headphones are fine now. Yes, the steam, love it. Good job. Yeah, I could hear some things going on in the background. You said you only started Horn a couple of days ago. That's pretty good for only a couple of days. Yeah, nice. That's the best way to do it. Because you don't want people to be thinking like, oh, he's accidentally playing a wrong note. You want it to be like absolutely horrific to make it super obvious that that's what's happening. Stacked half steps is the way to do it. Oh, off to the Sunday. Yeah, nice, nice. Good job. Good job. Oh, okay. Now, I do owe him... Oh, I got hit with an ad. Oh, no! Oh, that sucks. Oh, well, we should be able to go back and watch it in the recording when that gets put up. Hey, nice job, DevStar. Good job. Good job. What was your favourite thing about that? Let me know, like, about that experience. It's funny, I've got, there's a couple of bits where I could actually hear the backing track coming through, which I thought was kind of cool. It'd be good if you could do with the backing track as well. And then that way you can hear that clearly with all of the work that you're doing as well, which would be quite good. All right, so I'm gonna go straight on to your next things. You've shared with me your folder. Let's see what's in that. I've got Billie Eilish, the 30th. Oh, okay, cool. Trombone, piano. That's the MP3 backing track there. And you sent me through twice. Is it the same link? It's the same link. Okay, cool. All right. So, DevStar, what did you want me to do with this? Do you want me to play it, or is that the plan? Cool. Yeah, why not? I'll give it a play. Why not? Don't use the backing track. Oh, okay. The tempo gets messed up. Oh, really? Oh, well, it's a bit less entertaining if there's no backing track. How does the tempo get messed up? I just wanted you to admire my work. Oh, okay. It's cool, actually. Like I like the detail in it. I'll pop it up here so everyone can see. Oh, there we go. Let's see, we've got intro, you've got the tempo marking there. Breathy tone with vibrato. looks good. Chorus one. I quite like how you've got the start of the sections labelled as well. I think that's pretty cool. So for instance, if you were to release this or try and get the permission so you can release this, it'd be good for students to sort of recognise what the sections are. Play after piano. I'm guessing the piano does that, and then the trombone's supposed to do it after that. It's supposed to be ad-lib, but the backing track doesn't let you. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's down a semitone. Okay. Try not to breathe. So where are we supposed to breathe then? Oh yeah, the two fermatas there. Heavy rubato, much something. There's a word there. We can't see what that word is, so that might be something to fix on your PDF. Cool. Yeah, just looking at it, it looks quite good. If you'd like, I can just play it anyway with the backing track. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be ad-lib, but in that section you're talking about, but you'll get a good idea of what it actually sounds like. I don't know what that says. I need to fix. I wonder if can I copy? Oh, it does go off. I'll copy it. I'll stick it in my notepad I've got over here. Heavy rubato, much slower. That's what that says. Heavy rubato, much slower. Trombone does that, so it's the MP subpar. How's the weather in Australia? Very hot. What's it now? 30 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, sorry. That's in Celsius, so 30 degrees Celsius. It's quite hot. It's quite hot. Does it snow during Christmas? No, it does not snow at all. No, Christmas is pretty much the hottest time of year in Australia, so we're sort of backwards like that. All right. Well, I might play through. Hey, let's give it a crack. Let's see what it's like. All right. So I'm gonna need that folder again. What do I do with that? Oh wait. Okay. So what I'll do is download that. Assuming it'll let me download it. Yeah, cool. Pop you over there. All right, cool. So there's the PDF. And now I just need to open that. I should just be able to play it straight from there. Cool. All right, let's do it. Let's see what this sounds like. If you're a K-pop Demon Hunter fan, this is what it sounds like. Reinforcing the theory that Australia is upside down. Thought it would snow at some points as being the corner of the globe. Oh dear, no, we're definitely not in the corner. Yeah, we're a mythical place in Australia. No one seems to know where we are. So funny. Okay. All right, let's do this. So, for those on TikTok who can't see this, we're about to play Billie Eilish The 30th, arranged by the Devster, who is one of my viewers. All right, let's give it a crack. You know what, I might just download it first so that doesn't happen again. Yes, I did notice it's got a very Very strong metronome in there. All right, open file. Cool. Yep, so I've just downloaded it so that way it doesn't, like, if there's a problem with the internet, it doesn't go and just randomly stop, because that would be super awkward while I'm playing. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so I wasn't expecting that. The tempo and the metronome changed. So I'm guessing something happens there. Can you see my mouse on the screen? You can, good. Something happened there. I don't know what. Let's have another quick listen. Is it like a slowdown? Is it like these two beats? Ah, okay. All right, so another note to make for you is to make sure you pop the fermata in the trombone part as well on the rest. So that way, whoever's playing it knows what's going on. So just listening to it. It sounds like the fermata's here, and that's where the metronome is doing like a slow 2 beat, I guess, to represent the fermata, and then it carries on as normal here. I'm going to assume that's probably what's going on there. Cool. All right. Well, I'll just pull it back to here where that is, and I'll just continue from there. Oh, it's in the next measure. All right. Maybe I do need to pull up this. Where is it? Pull up the score so I can have a look. What bar is it? Oh, we don't know what bar it is. Okay, there's some more feedback for you. If you could pop in some bar numbers in there, that would make, like, if you're wanting to rehearse this with somebody, or if you were going to like play this with a piano player and you wanted to go from somewhere, it's really helpful to have bar numbers. Oh, it's Brooke. Hello, Brooke. Hope you're doing well. So, fun fact, I'm streaming on YouTube and several other platforms at once through a program I have on my computer, but I can't get TikTok to work through that. So I had this brainwave today that I could just do it through my phone. Okay, all right, let's find this bit. Okay, so it was there. It was just before chorus 1, which is there. Ah, I see. So there's a fermata there. Oh, it's a full bar fermata. Okay, right. So that adds a bit of a complication when you're doing it with a backing track, because, yeah, there's that. But that's okay. So I'm assuming when the metronome starts up again, that'll be just the next bar. So I might just go from that and then see how that goes. Oh, you're good. That's good. I'm glad you're good. It's good that you're good. Yeah, no stress. So Brooke, at the moment, we're kind of workshopping a piece that someone's put through. They've done an arrangement of Billie Eilish's The 30th. So just having a little look at the moment, just having a bit of a playthrough and giving some feedback. Oh, you miss the orchestra? Yeah, we miss you too. Oh, It's not the same, hey, like you're an amazing player. I mean, don't get me wrong, the others are doing a good job. But it's just that like, just that next level, just that little bit more finesse, bit more core sound, bit more tone. It's just, yeah, we miss you. All right, what did Devs say? Chorus is measured 29, but it's only lasting the first 2 beats because mute score. Okay, all right. So I'll just pull it back, and like I said, I'm assuming that when the metronome kicks back in, that'll be the chorus. So I'll just go from there. Cool. Oh, you'll be up in 2 weeks. Ah, oh, nice. What week is that? School weeks. Let's see, we're week 5 now, week 7, so I'll still be at school. That sucks. But yeah, should find some time to get a coffee or something. That'd be cool. Be good to see you. All right, let's find this spot and we shall keep going, see how that goes. And yeah, sorry for the sound through the phone. Like it's probably going to be horrific, but the good microphone is going through my computer at the moment. And Mike the Bike says, T-Bone hits the 2-hour mark. Did I? Oh my God, really? Ah, oh, so annoying. See what you guys are doing to me? You're performing with Camerata. Oh, nice. Cool. That sounds good. All right, let's do this. Yep, so it looks like there must be another weird thing happening with the metronome there as well. All right, where's that score gone? Not a weird thing, I mean, it's just obviously there must be another fermata somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the fermata's there, which means the metronome likely starts back at the start of verse 2. Cool. So yeah, once again, if you make a note to write a fermata in on the trombone part as well, just so whoever's playing it can work out what's going on there. And it's going pretty well so far, like the range is good, it sits quite nicely. The only thing that might be tricky is because the key that you're using, the Bs, there's a lot of Bs, and if you've got somebody who's who hasn't got a trigger, it's going to be a bit tricky getting out to 7th a lot for those notes. And 7th is not necessarily a position we use a lot of, and if it's somebody who's still in school, they're not going to be able to reach for 7th very well, so it's going to sound quite out of tune at the same time. So may even consider changing the key to make it a little more accessible for that, or maybe you could even look at releasing it in a couple of different keys, so let people choose which key they like. Because if you've got a trigger, no problem at all. Like, it's no problem at all. So that could be something to think about and factor in as well. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because yeah, like, you're absolutely right. Like, with different keys, it does carry different colors as well, and it might not have that same effect of either the original song or the color that you're looking for either. Like, I can't remember which key it is, but like I remember in history it may have even been D major. There's like a lot of fanfares and written, and like stuff for royalty and stuff was written in a specific key because it sounded a bit more triumphal and a bit more like, yeah, this is awesome. I think it's D. I think it's D major. I could be wrong. I can't remember, but I remember reading something about that, which is quite interesting. All right, so the metronome probably, as I said, comes back at the start of verse 2. So I'll find that and continue from there. gives me a gives me a check. Oh wait, you can't hear me. Lol. TikTokers could hear me just fine, but my main people couldn't hear me at all. Back, needed to put my lunch away. Oh, I didn't even know you were gone. I'm going to scroll through these comments so I can see what you said. There are so many just like random things on the feed on TikTok. It's kind of annoying. Let's see if there's a way to turn that off. What was I going to say? Oh yes, there's another pause there. It's kind of good in a way because it gives me a bit of a checkpoint. But now we're up to here. There was something I noticed. Where was it? Oh, it's down here. Yeah, here. These two Bs here. I'm just wondering if they're supposed to be tied. I don't know the original song, so I have literally no idea. But if it's sort of like anything like the other bits of the song that are similar, I would say these two Bs. I can't even select them. That B and that B are probably tied, I would imagine. Cool. All right, so the next spot that I'm up to is chorus 2, where the metronome kicks back in. Drag that back a couple of seconds. Okay, let's keep going. Cool. Yeah, so I think you must have a few moving things going on towards the end here. That's cool. Look, on the whole, I think you've done a good job. You've done a really good job. I suppose there's one thing to check, the bridge. So I can see that obviously we've got a bunch of E flats, E's and D's and G's. I wonder if it's actually a key change that's there. It might be worth considering putting in. At the very least, when you're doing this sort of writing here where it does sort of step up like that, it might be better to, like over here, I mean, I'm not normally a fan of writing in like, what are they called? Courtesy accidentals, but it might not be a bad idea to stick one in here if you're going to keep it, keep having it written in G, because to go from like the D's to the E flats here and then you're wanting E naturals instead of E flats, then it would, if someone was just reading that, it would be like, oh, that's a bit weird. And they might just read it E as normal, or they might just read it as E flat again from the previous bar. So I suppose it's just a way of just making sure that whoever's playing it understands that there's definitely a difference there. So it might be helpful. Like, so a courtesy accidental, so like a natural sign in brackets just next to that E there would probably be useful. Just to make sure you've got those people who don't notice it can actually play it right. The original song was pretty sad. Definitely recommended though. Yeah, I'll have to have a listen. I haven't actually heard this song before. Tempo again. Yeah, cool. I might leave it there for this though, because there's obviously going to be a bit more of that happening. But like I say, it's coming along really well. You've done a good job. You've done a really good job. There was one other thing I was going to mention. What was it? To see if I can find it now. Where is it? There was a spot where the beat was displaced, but it was like the rhythm wasn't written in a way that was helpful. Ah, there it is. Found it. Here, in this bar here. So I can see you've got tied into the bar, into the first quaver, and then you've written a crotchet as the next thing. And I can see why you've done that. From a formatting perspective, you'd want to have this crotchet divided into quavers. So you would have like a quaver there, and then another quaver that's sort of tied across. Because just looking at that like that, it's like, oh, where's the beat? Where is the beat sit? And it might make people a little bit confused when they're playing the rhythm. So for example, you see this crotchet here, you would normally expect that to be on a downbeat of that bar, but it's actually not. And that can make it a bit more confusing for people. So it could be worth figuring out a way to write that a little differently so that you avoid getting people confused. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I wanted to see where beat 2 is. Yeah, except you can't. So so you've got on the downbeat you've got the quaver, and then a crotchet. So the crotchet is starting on the and of 1. It's not actually starting on beat 2. So that's where I say if you were to divide that up into quavers, you'd be able to clearly define where beat 2 was. Or it was like ba 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 ba. We could even look at doing triplets as well. Yeah, have a play around with it and see what you can come up with. Should probably see if Brooke's still talking to me. Oh, she is, yay. Comments are probably me blabbering away saying nonsense. Nah, surely not. Thinking in cut time. Oh, okay. Been playing Slayer too much. That's all good. That's all good. But yeah, like I say, you've done a good job. It's pretty well formatted, which is nice. Everything's pretty clear. I'd probably, with the multipulento down here, I'd probably mention, pardon me, I'd probably stick a crotchet beat, like crotchet equals whatever there as well, just to be consistent with what you've done at the beginning. So in the beginning you've gone crotchet equals 148, but then there's nothing here. So I would say add the beat here, and then maybe at the top you could put in like another tempo marking as well, just so you're consistent across it. Wait a minute, beat 3. Right, gotta go shower, my mum is making me leave. Oh, look, that's okay, no stress at all. But like I said, you did a good job. There's a couple of little things to think about and to put in that'll make people's lives a bit easier as well. And then particularly with those fermaters, that's probably the most important thing, is getting those on the trombone part. And adding some bar numbers would be useful as well. Just for rehearsal purposes, it'll just make it a bit easier for you. Cool, well thank you for sharing that. That was cool. All right, it's morning for you, but it's 9 p.m. for me. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, actually no, it's afternoon now. It's 1:15. Nearly lunchtime. All right, I might go and do some more practice, I think. I don't know if I want to dive into those sort of pedals again though. That was a bit annoying. Yeah, because like I said earlier, my pedals is my area of focus at the moment. Just trying to get better at that, basically. Just making sure I'm playing more effectively, more efficiently, correct embouchure and air, all that stuff. Cool, $2.99 a month for brass buddy, low-key not bad, might join. Cool, that'd be sweet if you did. I would really appreciate that. That would be really, really cool. I mean, seeing as like how much you've donated already, you've already probably donated the equivalent of like the second tier of membership anyway. So, so you might as well just do that. And then you get extra perks like being able to see like early access videos and member only videos, stuff like that. there was another comment there. What do we got? I was going to going to learn how to type maybe. I was going to going in the live, but I need to do dishes. Oh, dishes suck so much. It's funny, you don't realize how much you appreciate having a dishwasher until you don't have one. All right, so I'm going to go back to doing some pedal work, but I'm going to remove some of those, remove the semi-quavers and the quaver triplets, or for the Americans, removing the 16th notes and the 16th triplets, because that's really hard. And my focus is trying to keep consistent and with a good sound, and I don't think I can do that with, with those. Oh, you're welcome, DevStar. Like I said, you did a good job. You did a good job. Let's keep it up. Do some other stuff as well. Australia's 15 hours ahead of Texas time, so it's like Monday. Yeah, it's definitely Monday here. That's why when in deciding my, bye DevStar, have a good night or day. What is it? Is it night for you? It is. Good night. In deciding when to do the live, that did actually factor in, because like, yeah, it's Monday for me, but for you guys it's on Sunday, and you're not doing anything on a Sunday. So that made the most sense. And the way my timetable fortunately lined up, it actually worked out. So I had to make some adjustments to my timetable for this term, and it allowed me to, fortunately, nearly didn't, get this time slot, which is cool. Okay, well, let's go. Let's do some pedals. Hopefully they don't suck after not playing them. Why am I still wearing headphones? I don't need them anymore. All right. So TikTokers, Brooke in particular, because you seem to be hanging around, so thank you. I've got, through my other multi-platform stream thing, I've got Sight Reading Factory on the top half, and I've got Tuner as well. So what I'm playing at the moment is all through Sight Reading Factory, where I can customize pretty much anything I like. If I just wanted to do semi-breves and that's it, I can do that. If I wanted to only quavers, then I could do that. I can alter what pitches I can use as well. The difficulty, the rhythms, random time signatures, random key signatures. It's really, really cool. And I use it in my teaching quite a lot. So if you don't know of it, go and check it out. Sight Reading Factory. 100% worth the subscription. It's once a year. I think it's $50, maybe 70 for the entire year, which is like a couple of bucks a week, which is like, you're not even going to think about it. Oh, hang on, I missed something. What'd you say? It's currently on already, but I need to clear the dishes. dishes. Both. So I'm currently using it on a website for the purposes of the stream, but you can, it's on iOS as well. I don't know if it's on Android. I haven't got an Android device, so I've got no idea. It's definitely on iOS. But yeah, it's a complete game changer. It's revolutionized the way I practice. Meaning I actually practice. I mean, every now and then I'll still do book stuff, but I think what it really attracts me to this is that it's something that I don't have to like do again and again and again and get bored of. It's completely fresh every single time. It's a new rhythm, new pitch. It just generates it based on your parameters. So it's really, really good. All right, speaking of that, I'm going to do some more so people don't get bored. So I've got pedal B flat through to pedal F. The rhythms I've got semi-breves, dotted minims, normal minims, crotchets, dotted crotchets, quavers, dotted quavers, minim triplets, crotchet triplets, with syncopated rhythms and ties. And the Americans, maybe you guys should learn the British terminology so I don't have to say it like again and again. Whole notes, half notes, dotted half notes, quarter notes, dotted quarter notes, eighth notes, eighth notes, yeah, I don't know, I can't. Oh, hello, are you okay yet? HOD4849, that's a long name. It's nice to see you caught one. That's really cool. Because you're in Thailand, aren't you? I think from memory. Welcome. We're doing some sight reading. If you have an instrument, you should play as well. All right, here we go. Oh, I had it set to an instrument. Whoops. They couldn't hear me. They couldn't hear me. Oh, pedal left to start. That was absolutely terrible. What a way to come back onto pedals. Yeah, it was in 3-2, so minimum beat, not fun. Next one should be better. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Oh God, no. Nah, not doing it. Nah. So, bro. Damn, that was like, yeah. I'm working on my pedals, trying to get better at them. Because I do struggle a bit. It's an area that I need to work a bit more on. Just being more flexible down there and just having it and more like an accessible part of my range, I guess, instead of like, oh, if it's anything more than like a crotchet, I can't do it. So I'm getting there. But the one that just came up was in 6/4 and in F sharp major and like all ledger lines. And I'm sorry, I'm not doing that because the website does 6/4 in cut common, like in a 2-beat, and it's just really, really fast. No thanks. It's another 6/4. Oh, whatever. Yeah, nah. It's just too fast. It's too fast. 3/4. That's better. Much easier. Oh God. 7 flats. Just casually. that was interesting. So for the TikTokers in the world, that was 2 plus 2 plus 3 over 8. That was our time signature there. So for those who are good at math, it's 7, 8. But it's shown me the divisions that they're doing, which is 2, 2, 2, 3. Yeah, 7 flats, just casually. Fortunately, the notes that I'm doing aren't that bad in 7 flats, so I don't feel so bad about that. All right, let's drop a semitone. Let's go a semitone lower to E natural. Is all that starting to feel a bit better? Feel like I'm centering the notes a bit better. On the tuning app, it looks like I'm more in tune generally, which is nice. So in theory, the next semitone down shouldn't be too bad. So 6 sharps again, just too many ledger lines. Like I know I definitely played some wrong notes in there. Too many ledger lines to count at that speed when they're so close together. Yuck. Ah! Mike the Bike says, feeling my phone vibrate more on how lower you play. That's awesome. That is awesome. Or maybe I should pop the next semitone down there. Oh, that's so funny. It's so funny. Oh, I had the wrong mic on. Sorry, guys. Does that mean I had the speaking mic on when I was playing? Hope not. Sorry if I did. I've got to figure out a way. I'm sure there's a way where I can like combine them somehow so that I just press one button and then it switches instead of having to go click, click every time. Yeah, because that's annoying. Golfentra on Instagram says hello. I think that's the same person, isn't that? Are you okay, Yed, etc. I think that's the same person. I don't know. Hello. Again. Hope you're doing well. Okay, well, let's keep going. Should I? No, I don't think I will put the next semitone down just yet. Not yet. I'm going to pause that briefly. Just saw a comment that Brooke is going to head off. I might do a live stream myself or add you to come on as a guest if you're still on. Oh, lovely. That would be fun. I don't know if I will be though, because I've been going for 2.5 hours and it's nearly lunchtime and I'm hungry, which everyone who's watching knows that. That's always a thing. It's how hungry I get determines how long I actually go for. But I might jump on and see what you're doing, depending on what time it is. Don't know. I might not play though. Plus, you probably don't want that on your stream anyway. But thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging around. It was cool to have you on board. And yeah, let us know when you're on, and I'll come on briefly while I'm like in between work and stuff, because that's what I got to do. Yuck. But yeah, see you later. Okay, I think I'm going to add the E flats now. I just really feel like playing E flats, and E flats is something that I would say is probably the bottom of my actual usable range. It's not a range that I'm used to playing in and out of or doing very well, and I sometimes have a hard time getting the notes actually to start. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I might be lucky. Maybe I've improved a little bit. All right, here we go. Oh, so many ledge lines. Oh, starting to get a bit lightheaded there. Oh, yeah, that's really hard. Okay, let's... No, I was actually considering, even the tubers are getting jealous, yeah. I was actually considering pulling the top of the range down slightly, so bring the B flats no longer being the top note, but maybe like a G, and just really honing in on those pedals. I'll do that in a minute. I'll keep going B flat through to E flat for now, and then I might bring the range down, so it's just specifically like that extreme register that I'm not that amazing at. But grilled cheese, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Actually going to remove that from the thing by 6/4 time. I'm just going to have to change it from that to literally everything else. Yeah, 6/4 time is just stupid. Alright, here we go. 3/8. Oh, it's Guillermo. Uribe dash 6, no, SXS? I hope I said that right. Guillermo? Let's go with that. That's what I'm going to call you. Hello. Welcome. All right, this is actually starting to get quite hard. So, I think what I'll do two things. I'm going to pull the pitch down. So I'll keep it on E flat, because E flat I kind of suck at. And I'll bring it down to maybe G. So I've got G to E flat, so I've got a third in there. Rhythm wise, Oh look, I'll leave the rhythm and the time signatures. I think I'll just maybe go slightly slower. Instead of doing 80, I might do 75. Just to make it a bit easier, because it's a bit hard for me. this range I'm not amazing at, so yeah. Right, here we go. You know, I might actually have to tap out of those notes. Like super tingles in my hands, like almost like pins and needles, but not quite. It's really weird. That's like they're like super tingly, but not in the same way that you have like pins and needles. It's different. It's different to that. I don't know. This is weird. And it's like super lightheaded as well, just because of how low that is. I was debating whether to try and get D's in there, but I can't. They're too low. Oh, wow. Sorry, just trying to... Whew. Maybe I should do some normal sight reading for a bit. I'll leave the pedals as they are. How are you playing double pedal notes? Not great, actually. Like, anything past that E flat that I've been doing, I kind of struggle with. I'll give you an example. There's a point where I have to do like an embouchure shift, and I hate doing embouchure shifts. I really don't like it. Sometimes I just got to do it though, because otherwise the note just won't work for me. So anyway, I'll give you an example. That's my shift point, by the way. That's normal. And then I shift. Yeah, so you see, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I actually managed to get the D out with a normal embouchure, which is actually kind of nice. Like that doesn't happen all the time. But literally beyond that, I can't. I just can't. And I have to do that shift, and then it has that real sort of airiness to it. It's not a focused sound. It's a bit airy, and I don't really like it. But there's so many people out there that are really good at it, and they can just absolutely just build these things out, and I can't. And I think it's because they've practiced it and I haven't. I have not practiced those, and yeah, I'll show you the difference again real quick. Yeah, so I played the D normal embouchure for quite a while there, and it was good. And it's actually nice that it's coming out, and it's not weird. It feels good as well, but such slow air, and trying to get the embouchure to stay consistent while I'm playing that D is a challenge as well. But beyond that, I just can't, and I've got to do that shift thing, and it's really frustrating. So I'm working on trying to get my pedal range really, really good and super consistent within my already accessible range, which then in turn should make the rest of the pedal range more accessible if I'm doing it correctly with good technique. Yeah, at the moment that D is that pivot point where I can get a D out, but it's just not strong, it's not great. Sort of. Yeah, it's just one of those things I'm working on, trying to get better at, but it's just not quite. So I suppose, like, I mean, they're there, they exist, but they're just not very good. Something I need to get better at. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as E flats for the pedals, but I'm just going to smash it into everything, because why not? What is that? G, A, B, C, D. Okay, I'll go D to, let's yellow it. Let's go D to D. Full jumps, D to D. Even though that low D is, the pedal D, sorry, is, it doesn't really come out. I'm going to give it my best shot every time it appears. I'll leave quavers and stuff in there. I might pop some rests in there actually, just to give myself a bit of time to recoup. Okay, let's do it. I'll do this for the last like 5 minutes and then I'll go. Because once again, I was planning to go like 1 hour and here we are, nearly at 3 hours. And yeah, so stupid. Guillermo says, I also struggle with pedal notes past A flat. Yeah, everyone's got their own point, hey, where pedals do become a bit of a struggle. For me, that's obviously D. But I remember the days where my early pedals were a bit of a struggle as well, like getting, even a B flat was hard, and then A's and A flats were hard, and then eventually they became easy. But I think with my practice, probably in the last month, I would say, I think I've been practicing this way, just doing a lot of stuff within my existing range that's rhythmic and to do with that pedal range, and keeping the interval jumps nice and small as well. And that's really helped me to develop more consistency and just more consistency, really. I mean, better sound as well, because I'm more efficient with my air and my embouchure on those notes as well. Just working out how much do I actually need? How big or small do I need to have my aperture set to in order to get, a good sound and to get the pitch out? So all of those things. So I think, just like rhythmic stuff, small range, small intervals within your existing range. So if A flat's sort of your bottom and you can't really get past that, or they're a bit of a struggle, what I would suggest is, if you've got sight reading fractory, that'll really help a lot. Otherwise, just practicing your pedals B flats and A's as much as you can, and just getting really good at those. And then once those are feeling good and comfortable, add the A flat to the mix and do lots of those until that feels good and comfortable as well. And then from there, as everything starts to feel better, just add more and more. But the goal, I find, is playing it within context is the goal. If you can just like smash out a pedal note, I mean, that's awesome. But if you can't play that in context, then it's useless to you, right? Because when you're playing music and the note comes up, you need to be able to play it. And if you can't play it in context, then it's not much good. So yeah, anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. I'm going to finish with a couple of these of like massive range. We'll see what happens. I haven't played any high range today, so we'll see how we go. Oh yeah, it started in the low range. I'll do a few more. I'm getting a little self-conscious about my tuning, so I might just actually turn that off. Particularly because I haven't warmed up really in the upper and middle ranges. It's just making it worse, and I'm feeling really awful about it. So, yeah, that way I can just concentrate on the notes and not worry so much about that. Although I feel like I might go slightly faster though. I might set it back to 80. Oh, it's just about hit 3 hours. All right, well, I'll do a couple more and then I think I'll go. Yeah, Mike the Bike is keeping tabs on me. Oh my god. 7 sharps. Nope. Not doing it. No thanks. Alright. Oh, this will be hard. Oh no. That was actually kind of nice. I actually enjoyed that one. How do I, 3 more minutes than 3 hours? Oh, yeah, I'm over that now. How do you feel about high notes? Yeah, there's a reason I play bass trombone. Look, I love the sound of high notes when they're played really, really well. They sound really nice. But my heart belongs to the low notes. That's where I shine. That's where I really like it. It's nice. I really enjoy it. It's great. Especially pedals. Pedals are so cool. I've got a couple of Instagram things. Oh, it's my old mate Raf. I never get the opportunity to watch you teach. You're an absolute natural. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that. So, yeah, that's cool. So Raf is actually an old school friend of mine. That we've known each other since grade 1, which is like insane. So yeah, that's cool. Thanks for tuning in. That's great. I'm actually just about to finish up. Angie commented on YouTube as well. Both platforms. How about that? Probably realised I wasn't responding to the Instagram one. Well, thank you. Thanks so much for the nice comment. I really like that. Thank you. Mike the Bike already spent 12 hours total from watching my stream from beginning to end. For real? 12 hours? Oh, I suppose. Hey, because I mean, this is number 7, right? This is stream 7. And each one I've done 2 to 3 hours on. So I've actually done a lot of time on stream. Huh. Never realised that. Well, there you go. So you've watched me for 12 hours. Well, I mean, that's nice. Thank you for tuning in for 12 hours. I'm glad you're having a good time. Nice. That's probably why you don't play jazz trombone, since jazz trombone has a lot of high notes. I mean, arguably, I could just do bass trombone and jazz as well, right? I think it has a bit to do with my personality. My personality is I like rules. I like having really strict, rigid rules about what you do and what you don't do in music. And I know with jazz, it can sometimes be a little bit fluid sometimes. For example, the whole the swing rhythm, for instance, da 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 ba do da, that sort of thing. Obviously that's written differently and it's a bit more ambiguous. And there's other things that happen as well that's a little bit more ambiguous as well. So it's like, I don't know, I think maybe that's why I like classical and like concert band music, brass band music, is it's very rigid in what you do and what you don't do. Plus I just think it sounds really cool, and there's like you can get a lot of different colour in the sound as well, which is really exciting. And with jazz, I mean, you do get some interesting things as well, but there's less of that, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like, I like playing high notes, but yeah, it's not something I do a lot of. Oh, that's true. Mark the Bike, good point. Yep. He says, for those on other platforms, you could play octaves lower and it still sound like a jazzy sound. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You could still totally do that. And I do play jazz, just not as often as I used to, and I don't play in any regular jazz groups. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I might leave it there, folks, as I am extra hungry. It's 2 p.m. I've got to teach in 2 hours as well. This kid's good though. Like, he's one of my private students that comes in for a lesson here. He's doing quite well. We've probably been going together for not that long, maybe a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. And it's really good to see his progress in such a short time as well. Like, posture is great. It's building a bigger sound. It's great. So I do enjoy teaching people that turn up here. Cool. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, no matter where you are in the world. Like, I've got some people from Thailand. I've got some Americans, Australians. I think one of the people that commented earlier is from England. So so that's kind of cool. So I got like, Tboneporty worldwide. And on that slightly cringy note, see you later.